Well, good morning again. Sorry about that. The game completely froze on me. And I had to restart everything. So a little bit annoying. But this has been happening since the patch dropped. Now we had a similar issue a couple of seasons ago, and it was a massive memory leak, and I think something similar is happening now. So, Mr. Blizzard, I hope you're watching, because this is causing me some serious issues. Because it's rendering the game essentially unplayable, because if every 15-20 minutes or so, half an hour, my computer freezes, then I can't play. I can't stream. So here goes. And now I've got sucky latency. Well, that's just wonderful. Pardon me. But yeah, that was not good. I suppose it's Blizzard telling me off for having good latency before. Okay, I've got some mobiles I need to spend. What will I spend them on? Pants still. See if I can get a lock runs with a GA2 crit strike damage. That would be okay. But what I do, my focus today was going to be on finding gold. So we're going to run some, if I've got any. I've mostly got Chaos Rifts. But I was going to run some gold. Where are we, pads? Nightmare dungeons with the gold affix on them. And then some hordes. Then just get the gold at the end. Because gold does seem to be a little bit of an issue this season. Because my trading has been rubbish. And the what you get for the trading is actually A lot less than he did last season. Considerably, which is perhaps not a bad thing.
Equitable transaction. Equitable
Okay,
transaction.
that's them done. So I'm a little afraid to go into the Infernal Hordes in case it crashes again. Let's open up the Twitch. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? There we are. Let me get on properly. There we go. Right. Hopefully, I might last a little bit longer this time. Okay, we have a whisper, so we'll get this done. We just finished a 97, so let's try a 98. My latency is not as good as it was just before the crash. Well, that's hitting 100 bill. That was good. I need more of these numbers. I seem to find these Pentanet Knights and a little bit difficult to take down at times. Well, actually a lot of the time. They seem to be the one sort of monster class that I have issues in taking down. Oops, wrong button. So I'm using Blizzard to try and get my mana regen better than it was before. But I think I might be missing a little bit of damage. But we'll see. Because I managed to do a 98 yesterday in 10 minutes, 11 minutes. But I'm barely keeping my head above water here. So I'm not so sure the changes are good. Unless I get a a better floor. I don't know if anybody else finds the same, but these Knights Penitent seem to be a damn sight more tanky than a lot of the rest of the monster classes. Could you call them monsters? Well, you know what I mean. I need to get my head above water. It's just a tad, but not enough to take a boss down at the end. Right, let's see if I can get a little bit better in this one. Because I'm pretty sure that the build I'm using, I should be able to run 100 in a reasonable time, but I am just struggling. And I think I need to do a little bit of masterworking when I have a couple of items. Maybe get a slightly better roll on a couple of items. But we're talking fractions here, or what I think are fractions. Damage resist, fire resist. They're going down though, eventually. We will take the artillery shrine. Yeah, there's some decent numbers coming in here. I'm guessing a Raven's build would be laughing at this. Well, what I would say is that my mana regen does seem to be better, which is, I guess, not a bad thing. But I'm a little weak, I feel. I'm not hitting quite as hard as I want to hit. How did I get through to that? That was I'll need to look at that. That seemed to be a little strange. I thought I had quite a long way to go, and then all of a sudden, kaboom, I'm at the boss. That's happened a couple of times, not very often. That happened, what was it, last season, season before? Okay, my mana regen is definitely better. I just have to make sure I keep this blizzard up. Right, let's have a watch of the... Okay, that seemed to be okay. Now I have to make sure that, yeah, we're watching this. That worked. I think I need to take a look at the replay on that, because I seem to go quite a lot, about the last maybe 30%, all the way to the boss. Bit strange. So this is what I'm using right now. And I'm trying out Elementalist. How can I have 2 failures at 90%? That is ridiculous. But yeah, this whole thing, these percentages aren't necessarily the right ones. 70% is more like 50%. Right, anyway, that was a whisper.
It is done.
Amulets. I actually am not going to open this. I'm going to wait, because I may... I may start a build with druids. One easy way to get from 0 to 60 is just open lots of whisper caches, and you can get there in literally about 20 seconds. Let's see if we can do this again. Because that ended up being quite a, for me, quite a reasonably quick run. But I think I got to the boss a little strangely. The Leon's online. That's me frozen. But right now, it would look as though the Spiritborn is the number one. It's in the Hell Tide. It's got 100. I think Makuna has got a tremendous rake build out there. So even Makuna's given up on the on the Sork. But Makuna was running 100s in a couple of minutes. It sort of gives me pause for thought. Maybe I should take a look at what build he was running. There are many different ways on how to get the build up and running, and maybe his is just a little bit better than mine. I'm barely keeping my head above water here again. We're getting there though. Come on, you can do it. Now because I've got, my pants has got skills to the mastery instead of just ball lightning, that counts for Blizzard as well. So I've got 24 ranks into the Blizzard because it's a mastery skill. You don't need that many ranks into Blizzard, but you know, it's a good thing that, you know, on my patents I've got mastery skills, not just ball lightning. So if you see a mastery skill pants, take them, because I've still got, you know, more than enough on, because it does both ball lightning and your Blizzard, if you want to run Blizzard, that is. I would say that excuse me, the Blizzard is helping with my mana regen, yes. There is a little bit of damage up, but you know, I think that the majority is for, I'm using this really for the mana regen. Obviously I didn't touch that damn thing. There we go. Seem to be working okay. Alright, that's second floor. I think it was this floor that in the last one as well, that I got to about here and it just jumped to the boss, which surprised me greatly. But I wasn't really looking too hard at my progress bar. I was focusing more on the game itself. So I'm not 100% sure about that. I could have been perfectly got to the boss without any tricks. I don't think I want to go too far down there because that is a dead end. I've been in this pit often enough to know that's true. Well, I'm a little tired this morning. I was up way too early for me. And so I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. My daughter goes back to school this morning. So my normal time for her is 6 o'clock. Excuse me. So I usually get up at 6 o'clock, let my wife sleep in. Let's see. Come on. Move it. Oh, not that one, this one. Okay, so then we're going to come and just get this little pack here. Because there's usually an elite here, and there is always. Alright, so let's go this way this time. Last time we went the other way first. Not too bad for a 182 millisecond. Oh, I just got. Oh wow! Let's take this instead of trying to go back for them. That's just if they follow, they follow, and I'll get them because they were already a little damaged. And if not, never mind. Yeah, this one didn't bop along to the boss at the end. Or did it? A little slower than last time, I think. Oh. Yeah, so the blizzard definitely helped me there to overcome. Let's just get out of that and then back in again. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. The number 1 and the escape are a bit too close together on this new keyboard. I'm still getting used to the keyboard, so there are way too many times I overreach. Come on, you got up. Yeah. See, 80%, 70%. 4 out of 4. That's better. Everything. Not sure that's how we spell froze. Never mind. He knows what I mean.
Greetings.
There's power.
Let's see, is there anything here?
Come have a look.
No. None of these are GA. So they all go.
Much thanks, friend.
Eldor's got Spiritborn as well. But I think my next one's going to be a Raven's Druid, I think. That's what I want to run next. That weird bug is still there. It's like I'm permanently going up. If there's not one thing, there's another. Oh. Put some light in the subject so you can see my beautiful face. Alright, so that's it. Do you need to get my crackling energy up and running? So even though the sword can teleport all over the place, if you can't kill anything, then, you know, the teleportation doesn't really matter a damn. Oh, okay, so there's nothing left that way. I went the wrong way. I need to find a pit level that I can clear 90 seconds if I wanted to get to 300. Whatever pit level that might be. But these are definitely more tanky. Now I can get around pretty nifty, but I'm just not having the damage that I need to take him down quicker. Which is why I need to rework a couple of pieces. See if it makes a difference. Right, to the next bunch. Should I spend as much time taking every single one down? Maybe no, maybe I just take the majority down and move on. But when you get like, by the time we've taken the last one down, or the second to last, we don't go all down at the same time. Well, the enchantment master is no, not enchantment master. What? I'll show you the glyph. Well, I would like to show you the glyph. But I replaced the charged glyph, which did the crackling energy damage. Okay, well that's fine. So far so good. Hello, Dr. Inky. How are you today? And you have wonderful druid build that surpassed me unbelievably yesterday. So that's my next build. Raven Druid. Absolutely crushed Pit 100. And in a group as well, where this poor lowly Sorc was struggling to keep up. The Raven Druid just flashed on ahead It was wonderful to see. So thank you very much for the help last night, or yesterday afternoon actually. UC sees me struggling at a 98, and yet people are oh bloody hell, look at this. I'm not just struggling at a 98, I hit a bloody dead end. You know, since I just restarted the game, my fan use has not been... it's not on actually, on the computer. I'm just wondering... I made a change. I have the Razer Synapse on, and I noticed it was enabled from the beginning. I'm just wondering if there was a weird interaction between the Razer Synapse and D4. I've no idea, but I'm noticing that the fan isn't running mad. It's actually not on at all, not working overtime like it has been. Maybe it's just been that interaction that's not been very helpful to me, because so far, I keep my fingers crossed, so far so good. Since the restart it's been okay, whereas yesterday I had so many difficulties with the system freezing. And then I noticed on my restart today that the Synapse was enabled to start at the very beginning instead of me starting up. Right, let's see how we do against the Slither. Now this is not a super fast time. I'm sure I did a faster time last night with the different glyph. But I want to get this to 100 just to see the differences, then I can swap them in and out to see which one is working best for me. Okay, that seemed to hold up. But what I would say is that having the blizzard help me with the mana regen has been a positive thing, but I'm not so sure that I'm hitting quite as hard. But that mana regen does definitely help, because usually when that little shadow boss comes up, struggle sometimes to keep the mana shield intact. We'll see what happens this time. Done? Good. Let's Pick these up. So we're at 70%. 1, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Okay, with any luck, this should get me to 100. The glyph. Do take my medicine. I think I could probably do 99, but I want to make sure I complete. I don't want to get all the way through on a 99 and fail at the end, so to speak. Although there's nothing like a good death. But they just can be a little frustrating. Okay, that's reasonably okay. This is handling itself quite nicely. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Oh, these seem to be going down a little bit better. This is like the third time in a row on these three that I've had this monster type as the first floor. Different first floors, but the same monster types. Not too bad for a 180 latency either. I hate tunneling. Yeah, I know, my damage is not as good as it could be. That's why I need to do some more master working. But to do more master working, I've got to have the right gold and Forgotten Souls. So after this, one of the things that I'm going to be doing is running some materials to get some materials. I have enough obducite. But gold is definitely a premium this season. Like you say, I've been thankful to Oreo he gave me some gold so I could do some initial upgrades. Stop getting feared. My head is only just above water. Forgotten Souls you can get two ways. three ways. Killing bosses. If you've got a lot of boss mats, then you can use up the boss mats and get Forgotten Souls, with the possibility of other drops as well, i.e. mythics. You can run Legion events. They buffed the Legion events last year, so you get about 1 to 200 in the Legion events. That's a damn good way to get Forgotten Souls. And thank you for Oreo for reminding me of this, because I forgot. And then you can also run the Nightmare Dungeons with materials affix at them. That gives you a goodly number of Forgotten Souls. But probably the most efficient is the Legion events. Oops, wrong button. It's probably the Legion events, because it only takes you a few minutes to do, and because mostly you're in a group there, you're not doing them alone. But the Nightmare Dungeons, you're probably going to be on your lonesome. Oh, let's just go out. So probably the most efficient is for Forgotten Souls, I would say, is the Legion events. But I'll post my build in the chat after I finish this run. What I would suggest, if you're just sort of at the beginning of the end game, my light crack build it's pretty good for clearing lower level content. And this build here, you really need 3 items to make it work. You need a Lockrins, you need the Crown of Lucian, and you need a Banished Lord's Talisman, all in the Chaos Armor slots. And the Chaos Armor slots that you really want to put them in is the chest, the pants, and the gloves. It doesn't matter which order you've got them, but these are the 3 that you really need. And it took me a week of grinding to get the Crown of Lucian to drop in one of these 3 slots. I didn't want to put it in my chest because I got a really good Banished Lord's Talisman for the chest, so I didn't want to put it in there. So that sort of limited me to 2 slots. And I wasn't worried about which one it hit. But the Crown of Lucian for me was the bugbear, was the problem item to make this build, the Ball Lightning build, to where it is. You can see a lot of these figures are in the billions, 73, 83, some are lower, some are higher. But it's still, I still need to masterwork or remasterwork a few of the pieces to see if I can get these damage numbers up, because I need to be hitting above 100 would be consistently to be able to clear hit 99 in any sort of decent time. After this, I'll just I'll post the build that I'm running. Although this is slightly changed, I changed one glyph. And then I'll sort of let you into my idea about what needs to change in the build. This is taking a wee bit of time to get down. That was 145 build, but that was a nice hit. Don't hit that often enough, and that's the problem. See, it's always doing the lock runs. You have to hit 275 for the lock runs to overpower every time. Excuse me. 5 minutes left. Okay, so I have to remember to keep hitting. Oh, that's the wrong button again. What I do, I keep hitting Blizzard to make sure I've always got enough mana regen, and hitting Spark every now and then to keep up the damage buff. A couple of buttons pressing that you might not want to press all the time, but it really does with the help with the mana and the damage. But right now I can't see. Okay, now I'm overpowering again. Okay. So this helps with the crit strike chance and sparks, but it's there as much because of the chaos perk. Why did I change that across? Okay, well, I can't remember when I changed that across, because what I thought I had was this one. Explosive combinations. Who put the other one on there? Right, so yeah, okay, I've got that to 100. What I had on before was charged, which gives the crackling energy, but then I wanted to look at the elementalist because it gives you a huge bonus to the rare nodes, and this doesn't. So I wanted to see, and that gives like a 10.4. So this non-physical damage is lightning, so they're the same, and but it's got this multiplicative, and so is this. But I wanted to see what difference the damage to the rare nodes that were there, and they're similar. I would say they're similar. Right, so now what am I going to... What I'm going to look at is this one next. The territorial, because you do damage to close, and you're close to enemies all the time, and you do vulnerable damage. So that's what I'm going to look at next. Right, so what I'm going to do, I will... where am I? Mobalytics. So that's my actual build. The light crack build is an extremely good build, and it's relatively easy to get up and running. Right, I need to go and sell these things. So what I think I'm going to do now is see if there's any groups running hordes.
Much thanks, friend.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, shit. Bummer. I overwrote my wrong build, damn it. Okay, so I need... I'll keep this, but change this, and I need... Oh, bummer. On the shrouds. What's that? Gloves. Pants was Isadora. What the bloody hell's my pants? There we go. So this is the build I run for my light crack. I find it extremely good at clearing lower level, any regular content. Here, I'll just show you what I mean by running into the one that makes it go round and round is Oakens. Yeah, let me go and I'll show you. It's the Oakens catalyst. So if you read, casting ball lightning instead creates a static field around you that damages all enemies. That's when it spins. Ah, damn it. Yes. Alright, so what I want to do is put, instead of, oh, I really screwed up. I'm gonna have to redo all that again. God damn it. Because I overwrote light crack when I should have overwrote the ball of lightning. So all my little changes that I made between one and the other are now no longer there. So I need to just take a damn minute. That's pretty much the same. That doesn't really change. It was the... But I didn't have lizards. What I did have was ice blades. No worries. Then overwrite. Okay, so that's my two builds back up and running again. Oh, I got a call coming in. Yeah, sorry about that. Ready now. Right, let's see how this... Cool. Right, so let me take my medicine. Goblins? Yeah. Now these should go down a little bit easier than they did before. Yeah, seem to go down okay. Oh, there's a goblin. There's another across yonder. Now the problem was, before the patch, that it was impossible for me to take out the soul spires because I killed everything before I got inside. So there was never any... okay, where's the... there it is. They're a bit slow to arrive, aren't they? Where is everything? Where did you die? Oh, you're there. I didn't see how you died either. Oh, for pushing the pits in for a Sorc, yeah, it's... No, you can still run Hydra. Hydra is still a good build. But if you're really wanting pit pushing, Spiritborn is the top. I think that's cleared about pit 138. I think it's the Rake Spiritborn. That's the number one. 140. Wow. I think it was the last time I looked, it was Makuna that had a build. Shall we do things faster? But yeah, Spiritborn, I think it's this build that Oreo's playing here. Yeah, it's pretty damn powerful. And the Druid Ravens build and the Pulverize are both... The Pulverize, the Ravens build is pretty damn speedy in a pit 100. It can do it in less than a minute. Us Sorcs here are not the most strongest build. But my AoE is pretty damn good. And stuff like this, clearing stuff like this, easy peasy. What do you think? Try the Ether Fiends? So Voodoo, I would say that, no, the Spiritborn is number one. For speed farming, I think the Druid is probably the Raven's Druid is probably the best, I would say. But that's just my humble opinion, because I quite like the aesthetics in that. That looks pretty neat. But every build has got something. Even the rogue can run 100. I'm just not quite there with the build yet. But yeah, the lightning is perhaps one of the better, but you still can run. Oh, we got a couple of. You can still run a Hydra. Hydra is a viable build still this season. Come on, Soulspire, get over. This one's taking a wee bit of time to get down. At the minute, I'm not sure if that. I think Sork is maybe one of them. Well, certainly I can't quite get it to run 100 yet. Take some of this chaos. One thing about the Sork is that you've really got to have a good ping speed. Well, in general, ooh, look at all these. Ah! Sorry, I'm gonna focus. We got the goblins. I was not noticing we got goblins. Look at this. Nuts. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It goes to like 1 and then they appear again. There. I was going to say that one of the things about the Sork, you really do need a good ping speed. Some really good latencies. Wow, we got a fair number there. Well, the rogue, I would say in general, yeah, I think the rogue is probably the worst. But even there was a rogue that done a pit 100 in about a minute. So it also would depend on your, just like everything else, on your gear and stuff. But there are pit runs from this almost every class. I'm not sure about the bard, if it's done a pit 100 in any decent times. I haven't really checked the leaderboards just recently. Get that. Yeah. Hellborn, Hellfire. Let's take a few lords. Yeah, I feel this orc. I feel this orc is lagging a bit now. I mean, he said, for me to get the Crown of Lucian, took me a week of grinding to get the build to where it is right now. But other builds, other people seem to have got their builds up and running much quicker. The ball lightning build has been really not easy to put together. And maybe it's just because it's, you know, it took me a long time to get the Crown of Lucian. But I still feel it's not quite as powerful as a lot of the other classes. And you are a bit more reliant on your latency for teleport. I mean, to get a good teleport, you need to, you know, perma teleport. You need below 100. But for farming this stuff, absolutely no problem whatsoever. But for pits and pit pushing and getting all your stuff together for that, then other builds are better. This is why I'm going to be looking at a druid next. I don't necessarily want to go high in the pits, but what I do want to do is to get to Paragon 300. And to get to Paragon 300 quickly, if you can run a 99 or a 94 in a minute and a half, then that's the way to do it. But right now I think I'd be struggling. I need to pick up these. Even at a 74 or anything like this, I think I'd be struggling in getting easy peasy in getting anywhere close to a minute and a half. Well, 3JA amulet dropped. And a chest armor chaos. Now we did get a lot of obdusites, so I think I might open the material chest, but then I need gold. And that's what I need. But that was a good run because of the... What did I get? Yeah, that's not great shakes either. Yeah. So you're in a pit 100 and it's so jealous. I don't need this. Don't need that.
Equitable transaction.
And all these are not any GAs, so bye bye.
Much thanks, friend.
Just let me check. I've got some. And that's how you use the armory properly. Okay. Lag gets everybody. Ah, get back into the fight. We're still heads above water. $162 build I'm hitting here. Yeah, since I've put back on explosive combinations, it's hitting much harder. My lag here is about 130. Ooh. Oh no, the latency has got a lot to do with it. Mine's up and down like a bloody yo-yo today. Wow. Yeah, the rake, is it rake? This one? That's why Makuna's got hit 140. Yeah. Is it also evade? Looks like you're evading as well. Ah, got it. I'm a little happier now that I've put on the explosive combinations. This definitely hits harder with the explosive combinations, which means that every 5 seconds you just have to hit a basic skill. Yeah, what I would say is I moved to the blizzard to help me with the mana, because I was facing some issues with it going off and dying with a one shot. But now I've put blizzard on to help the mana regen. It's made a big difference. I'm hitting hundreds of billions here, but usually it's looking as though I'm hitting There's quite a few numbers up here, but no trillions. Think we can get this done in 2 minutes? I think you might be able to. Because I remembered Blue Balls was hitting pretty good yesterday on a... Yeah, I think we'll get him. Oh, maybe, no, okay, you died. So in 30 seconds to get him down, I don't think we'll do this. Come on, 16, 15. No, I don't think I can do this. 8, 7. The boss will he'll go down, he'll die, but it's not going to be within the time. Yeah, just run out of time there. Oh, jump away. I just need to check. I think that was somebody coming in the house. Yes, it was. You're going to cook one dish? No, you didn't ask me to do steamed rag. Thank you all for watching, and I shall catch you later.